Hello everybody, this is Cheeseburger Jesus and welcome to episode 2 of Narcissu. Now, in the last episode, gave us the backstory of a girl that we have not met yet, and then it gave us the backstory of us and how we ended up on 7F, or floor 7. Now, loading the game, yes. There was a place kind of like a lounge at one side of the corridor, across from the nurse's station. This generally deserted place held a few couches and chairs as well as a large TV. Stupid programs commemorating the new year were still being broadcast on that 28-inch screen. And there was a girl who looked absolutely bored watching that absolutely boring TV. Short, in pink pajamas, a white bracelet on her wrist, just like mine. Impressively long hair that almost reached down to her hips. Hey, do you find that interesting? There was no deep purpose in asking, simply I had nothing else to do, so I started talking to her. Not really, was her only reply to me. She didn't turn to face me at all. She kept looking on with boredom at that TV as if I didn't even exist. Then don't watch it. Even as I thought this, I sat down in the chair next to her, and side by side we watched TV. Nothing else to do, nothing we could do. So we sat there silently and watched TV. New Year's celebration programs as per usual. A useless array of comedians and oddities. And every so often, the MC's stupid, shrill laughter resounding dryly in this white, sun-drenched lounge. Say, tell me. The girl suddenly started talking to me, but her eyes were as always glued to the TV screen. How many times is it for you now? What do you mean by that? How many times have you come here, to 7F? Sorry, I have no clue what you're talking about. I see. So it's your first time then. So she had seen my confusion about her question and come to the right conclusion. Then since there's no one else around, and since it's my duty... Duty? There's this rule. Nodding slightly, she explained that the rule was that Nodding slightly, she explained that the rule was that someone here on 7F should tell the newcomers the truth. I knew nothing. I understood even less. And as if I did not even exist, she slowly started her speech. Then listened closely. Her words spoken methodically, one by one, were a little different from all the ones I had heard from the doctors about this place. In their business-like, crisp syntaxes, they told me, this is a place where one waits for medical advances. This is a place where one heals one's heart. And perhaps they might have been correct in a general sense. I keep misclicking. But according to the girl, that was just the party line. The truth was that this 7F was the only place in the hospital where medical treatments did not take place. This was just a place where you waited for your life to come to an end. Those were her words to me. I thought so as well. I'd felt it even before she'd spoken. See, this is my second time. Second time doing what? Coming here. And then she explained to me that nobody on 7F stayed here from initial hospitalization all the way until death. While there was zero possibility of being cured, you were sent home if your condition was stable. But if it worsened again, you would be returned here. That cycle ended only in death. Whether it was at home or here on 7F, always one of the two, you were going to die. No way to escape it, it seemed. And with that meaning permeating her every word, she informed me that this was her second time up here. I'm only going to say this once, so listen closely now. She continued speaking, all the while staring at the blank TV screen. This wasn't idle chit-chat about when lights out was, or where the kitchen was, or anything like that. This was something completely different. The third time you are discharged home, resign yourself. There won't be a fourth time. You will never go home again. If you ever want to escape, head towards the B station, not the A station. Eat nothing. That is the simplest shortcut. You leave the smallest burden on your family that way. It was as if she was packed to the brim with matters like those. This was probably an oral tradition, relevant only to those who were going to die, and kept by those who came here for that purpose. So is this the duty that you were talking about? Yes, that's right. So do you remember to perform it for a newcomer or yourself someday, okay? With those words, she slowly stood up. She casually tossed her long hair, and it grazed my nose. I have to go get my temperature measured, so... Then she turned her back and started walking down the corridor. Now completely deserted, save for me, the lounge held only the laughter from the TV and the white flowers by the windowsill. In the end, she didn't even look at me once. January 10th, 2005, 7th. A few days later. New Year's celebrations were over, and the middle and high school students were beginning a new term. And just as ever, she and I sat in this lounge, staring blankly at the TV. This is boring. So it is. So we said, but both of us kept our eyes on the screen. Hey, is this place always this way? I don't understand what you're getting at. I'm getting at how it's always deserted. Other than the nurses, doctors, and help staff, and other than her, I've not seen a single person. Did everybody go home for the new year or something? Do you really want to know? Well, I didn't mean... They won't tell you. We, who disinterestedly tossed back and forth this exchange that could not even be called a conversation. The slight breeze coming from the window that would not open more than 15 centimeters. From time to time her hair would sway, and as if in agreement with the flowers at the windowsill would too. This was how we killed time, day after day, staring at that boring, good-for-nothing TV. Oh, here the two of you are, an elderly nurse said as she rushed towards us. From what I'd seen of the nurse's staff, she was apparently the charge nurse of 7F. Well, Miss Satsumi, any fever? I'm fine, no fever. Satsumi. So that was her name. You really shouldn't be moving around like this. Do you understand? Everyone's worried about you. Well, whatever. Come now, what kind of answer is that? Oh, children these days. The nurse continued to scold and henpeck for some while longer. And the girl named Satsumi, just pretended not to notice it at all. She simply stared straight forward at that boring TV, paying that fussy nurse as little heed as she could. I'll be coming later to draw some blood, okay? With those words, the charge nurse went back to the nurse's station. Hey, you know, well, mind if I call you Satsumi? I asked this as I stared at her white vinyl ID bracelet and at the blood type and the name written therein. Is something the matter, Satsumi? Why are you calling me that, huh? You're younger than me. Hey, why am I younger than you? Nothing, that's just what I thought is all. It wasn't that I was offended that she called me younger than her. It was just that no matter how I look at it, I thought I was 5-6 years older than she was. That's why I took out my driver's license from my breast pocket and handed it directly to her. See, I may not seem it, but I'm 20. So you're younger after all. She only took a glance at my license before handing it back to me. I don't really get what you're saying. It doesn't really matter. I'm just a little older than you are, that's all. She murmured as expressionlessly as ever. Her eyes were fixed on that boring TV. All right? But it also felt as if she was gazing at something far away. After they'd taken my AM vital signs, I snuck past the nurses and boarded the elevator. Well, actually, hold on a minute. This would probably be a good time to stop the video right now. So, with that being said, it was good recording with you. This game is definitely a FeelsFest. This is Cheeseburger Jesus signing out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!